Yeah, David Sachs has been off on one. He's really not taking Mamdani's win well.
Sachs, a year from now, what will happen in relation to what we've seen in Minnesota?
Well, I hope that there will be a serious investigation. I hope that there will be indictments. I hope there will be deportations, hopefully massive amounts.
Oh, we're talking about the quote-unquote childcare scam in Minnesota.
Of deportations. And I hope there'll be impeachments of some of these officials who let the fraud happen.
Ooh,
so the country is being eaten alive, it feels like, by fraud. Government funds are being stolen. Votes are being stolen. I believe elections are being stolen.
They legit have the worst podcast of all time. I think that a person who watches like Joe Rogan or even Nick Fuentes is salvageable. I genuinely do not think a human being could watch this podcast. I do not know what intersection of interests or lack thereof or charisma or lack thereof could lead a person to watch like David Sachs in a podcast. That's unbelievable to me. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know what their viewership is.
And it all comes from the fact that the party of government doesn't really care where the money goes. It's all just patronage to them, whether it's to Somali daycares or whether it's to this high-speed rail line that doesn't have one piece of track laid. I mean, how much has California wasted on that? Yeah. Or $24 billion to the homelessness, only to see the homeless population increase.
I've been fucked with the flu for a few days. What's the Somali daycare fraud shit? The basic gist of it is that a grifter right-wing YouTuber who has been making a couple attempts at like a breakout success story did a story about there being fraud in Somali-run daycares in Minnesota, and the evidence for that was him running there with a video camera and demanding to see the children, and then when the confused and agitated Somali workers said, no, you cannot see the children, he turned to the camera and said, see? There are no children. It's all fraud. It's all fake. There actually were cases of childcare fraud taking place in Minnesota, and there was a big scandal and there was drama involving it. But those cases have been prosecuted by the DOJ under Biden. So, like, whatever real element there is to this, it's been dealt with or is getting dealt with. And the modern jump on is just a continuation of the current GOP policy of a revolving door villain where different non-white ethnic groups get swapped out. You've had the Haitians, you've had the Venezuelans, you've had the Somalis. You know, it's just about always having something in the news feed. So now everyone's Twitter feed is filled with shit like this. This goes on for 2 minutes. And of course they put non-AI copyrighted music over it, so I can't play the whole thing in its beautiful entirety. They're a big group in Minnesota. They're like 2% of the population. I don't know. They're not that much. This is from Rapid Response 47. This is an official White House account.
Anymore. I found a better way. Government-funded daycare. Huh? We must go to Minnesota. To Minnesota!
In a world where some rules need to be bent.
Did we spell something wrong?
Who cares, as long as they spell our names right on those $1 million checks.
Comes the story of triumph.
Remember when we had to illegally steal from innocent people?
It's really
like
good,
thugs?
right?
But now we're stealing from innocent taxpayers. Just like the government intended. Look at me. I'm the millionaire.
So yeah, that's the gist of it now. Pixar's really gone downhill. I don't know. I haven't seen Zootopia 2. It can't be that much better than this. It's all Elon Musk is posting about right now. Just to give you an understanding of how like aggressive and hysterical the posting on it has been. His pinned post, breaking: Somali TikToker threatens Elon Musk's life. Quote tweet, then it is war. Pinned to the account, 304,000 likes. Past voter ID, Matt Van Swole has been nonstop posting about it. They're all nonstop posting about it. I wish I had the skill that they have to know that you're lying about something and then run it through into the ground anyway. You know? 35 million in this is the newest iteration of the of their talking points. I'm sorry if I'm covering this in like a disinterested way or like I sound disengaged, but we're briefly going to see something that kind of sums up why I just don't really care, I guess. I don't think any of these people care at all about this. I think they just want to focus on a non-white ethnic group, and in a month, no one will be talking about this. In the same way that none of them are talking about the Haitian pet eating thing anymore. They didn't really believe it or care about it. It's just they have to direct their energy somewhere. It's a burning candle, right? Like the flame is being emitted one way or another. It's just a matter of directing it. 35 million in political donations from Minnesota Somali fraudster daycares. They have funneled a combined 35 million to political campaigns over the past 2 years. Very, very scary, et cetera, et cetera. Now, obviously, so the narrative then is that they have been embezzling money. They've been lying about how many children they've been taking into their daycare. So they've taken in the money and then they've donated the money to Democrats. So the argument is that the whole thing is a scheme to funnel money towards the Democrats. The problem with that narrative being that it's obviously completely fucking made up. Reader notes. The 35 million figure refers to government funding received by Minnesota daycares through the Child Care Assistance Program, not political donations made to them by campaigns. And then, and this is what I mean. This is the reply from the same person. This, I'm just going to assume far-right Lolicon account. I'm just pitching that one out there. I'm going to take a guess. I don't know for sure. Just assuming it's the case. Wait, but that's CCAP funding, not political grants. No, it's misinformation. We don't care. We've just stopped following the rules, like everyone else did a long time ago. The gloves are off, and you are not gonna like what happens next. Cry harder. And then the dustiest fucking soy jack you can grab from Google Images. Okay, voice acting. Thank you. I worked on One Punch Man season 3. I don't think they realize that like part of the effectiveness of lying, like a big part of the thing that makes lying effective politically is you have to look like you believe the lie too. Like you can't say you're lying. That kind of breaks the illusion. You've created billions of us. Billions. The gloves are off. You don't get it. It's not like the last time, all right? You're not ready for what we're about to unleash. That's right. We, the far right, are willing to begin lying. We weren't willing to do this before, but now, you betcha. We're going to lie so goddamn hard. I'm sorry if I haven't been covering this much. I'm sure that like Hassan or other more responsible lefty YouTubers or streamers have probably put out like 7 videos responding to the daily updates on this, but I don't know. It feels like they have a 3-minute hate every day. It feels like going in there with them and trying to like hastily debunk the 3-minute hate. You know what I mean? You're running in there and you're like, that's not true. That's fake, actually. And you know perfectly well that tomorrow they're going to do it. There's no reason to engage. Well, I don't think there's no reason to engage. I don't think there's much reason to engage with it as a serious topic. You know? I think it's fine to engage with it as like you're observing animal behavior from a distance, right? I don't need to know, like, I don't need to reason with the wildebeests as they stampede. I think it's still important to observe them move. They don't care it's fake. It does, like, undercut the, like, okay, sorry, I'm scrolling through my feed right now. Fucking look at this. Dinesh D'Souza, who the last time I saw him on my feed, he was complaining about vitriolic anti-Indian racism. He, of course, himself is Indian. He's a monstrous, hateful grifter. But he's Indian, so the racism is bad when it's directed against him. Here's what he posted yesterday. Really good stuff.
So-called must be all his ice on my wrist. I am the captain now. Ayo, bitch, give me that tax money. On conduct the fair businesses.
This guy was considered Yaqub. No, that's meant to be like Omar Fateh or whatever, like Somali. This guy was considered like a serious Republican operative for years and years, by the way.
One day if you study hard enough, you can be just like me.
I don't detect the hatred, not gonna lie, this is forced. Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of the point though, right? Like, they don't actually hate Somalis. In reality, Americans can't identify Somalis. Like, we just believe in race. It's just black people, you know? This attempt to import European-style ethnicity-based racism by getting obsessive over Haitians or Venezuelans or Somalis, knowing fully well the average American can't tell the difference between a Somali and a Haitian, and can't tell the difference between a Venezuelan and a Mexican. It's all forced and artificial. It's like something you get when your racism is informed not by speaking with Americans in real life, but rather speaking with racists online. Does that make sense? But Dinesh D'Souza got a lot of flack when he said that the right has grown too anti-Indian, you know? Like, Dinesh D'Souza has always been a hate merchant, so the crowd that he built around him were people who are very racist and willing to selectively overlook the fact that he himself is not white in the service of their shared racism against other groups. So they mostly picked him apart when he got like really defensive over being Indian himself. So my interpretation is that this video, which he clearly just like cobbled together very quickly, it's not very good or incisive, it doesn't look like much effort was put into it, was him just trying to win back the racism cred. And it doesn't look like it worked very well at all, you know? But I think that's all this is for them. In a month, it'll be a different group. If anything, the more dangerous people by far are the, you've got like David Sachs legitimizing, not that anyone watches his podcast, but you've got David Sachs like legitimizing the whole fraud. I mean, the whole grift in a quote unquote serious manner.
Look, these politicians don't care how the money is spent at all. All they care about is rewarding their supporters. That's the whole game. And then those supporters round trip a portion of the ill-gotten gains they've gotten from the government back to those politicians. That's the whole game. And then when the whole thing blows up because it's just so corrupt and inefficient and so absurd.
Guess he saw the post before Grok commented on it. Very unfortunate.
What do? They try to find productive people to scapegoat. And they say that billionaires are your problem. They'll blame billionaires for that, or they'll blame the tech community. Look, the startup community or the tech community is one of the, I'd say, last extremely well-functioning parts of American society, but they don't control it yet. And so that's what the politicians will do, is they will try to find scapegoats to expand their control and expand the size and scope of the corrupt system that they're running.
Imagine watching this, man. Imagine watching this. Is everyone on the panel in a sexless marriage? I would assume so. They don't really look happy. I know the grift has always been the oligarchs manufacturing racial animus in the proletariat to keep them distracted on identity issues rather than uniting against the oligarchs. But they didn't used to talk about it on a podcast. Like, they didn't used to be this fucking open with it.